The train station was always busy and packed with people, but tonight it was empty. The woman there felt cold and alone. It was winter, but the metro station was usually warm. She wasn't scared, she was just cold. The clock chimed right on cue as the train pulled into the station. She was the only person there, so she just got on. She took a seat by a window, and moments after she sat, two men got on board, helping a third man onto the seat. The third man who needed help had his eyes closed, and each arm was around the shoulder of the other two. She suspected he was drunk or he passed out. She wasn't scared, she was just confused. The three took a seat opposite to her and didn't say a word. She glanced around the carriage. She didn't want to talk, so she got out a book and read a bit. The train left the station after 2 minutes. While she read her book, occasionally she would catch a glimpse of one of the men staring at her, except for the third, who appeared to be sleeping. The train stopped and one of the men stood up.
"You'll be fine. Just hang in there,"
he said to the sleeping man, placing a hand on his shoulder. With that, the man left and the train started up again. Now there were just two men, one waiting, one sleeping. She wasn't scared, she was just worried. 45 minutes later, the second man stood up. The train then stopped and the door slid open. Before leaving, the man turned to the sleeping one and said,
"You'll be fine. You just need some rest."
With that, the man left and the train started up again. It was just her and the sleeping man now, his head leaning on his shoulder. She wasn't scared, she was just tired. A full hour passed before the train stopped one final time. The woman, relieved, stood up and grabbed her belongings. Before she left, she looked at the sleeping man. She didn't want to be rude for waking him up, she just wanted to know if this was his intended final stop. It would be a shame if he had missed it.
"Excuse me," said the woman. "Is this your stop?"
The man simply kept sleeping as if he didn't hear her. She placed a hand on his shoulder, and immediately the man fell off his seat, blood spilling from his mouth and a large bullet hole now visible on his forehead. After a few seconds, the man woke, looked at her with his bloodshot eyes, and said,
"I'll get off at the next stop. Thanks for asking."
She wasn't scared. She was terrified.